Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, January 5th, 2021. Good catch from Al Green on Twitter. I said 2020 yesterday. Whoops. It's actually a new year, 2021. Episode number 595 of Hard Factor. Whole crew today. Mark, Pat, Wes, and I'm Will. How you boys doing on this fine Tuesday?
Well, that was just a test, right? You were checking to make sure people were listening to the first new show.
Right.
That's why you said 2020. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally just a test.
Just a test.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah. No, I'm doing good.
Doing
you guys
well.
Doing
yeah.
good?
Yeah, doing well. Thank you.
Good.
Killing it over here.
Good. Yeah. We got a huge week coming up. Georgia election is today. The Senate runoff is today. We got interview with Harvard professor Avi Loeb tomorrow, and he's going to tell us about the alien space trash being hurled in our direction. And also, we've got VP of Football Operations, PFT Commenter, coming on this Friday. Not quite sure what we're going to talk to him about yet, but it'll be fun, as always.
Something.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. We'll
Just ask him for money, really.
Right. I was going to say, we were thinking about hiring a social media consultant to tell us to, clean up our acts and basically pay them to tell us to get better. But maybe we could just do that because he's a friend. He could do it for free.
Why don't we just get access to his Twitter so we can just retweet our best tweets so that he doesn't have to worry about it? Let's just get his password.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Cool, but I know how we do it because I was messing around in the Twitter API today. We do it through a fake. We can set up your own app pretty easily in Twitter. So we set up an app. We tell PFT, you got to download this app, bro. And he does that authorized tweets thing. And
it's
then
got a keystroke thing on it.
We are in.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
Surveillance expert Pat.
It's already done.
Nice. The Beav knows how to
I
surveil.
stayed up late last night programming. I'm a real piece of shit today.
Oh, that's because Wes is going to announce later. But we can spill the beans now. The website's going to be launched on Wednesday, right? Hardfactor.com.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sorry,
what I
Wes.
hope.
Stole your thunder.
Yeah, right, no. We'll keep talking about that all episode. But Mark,
more the mentions,
your turn. Yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, let me get going
Mark.
because this is a doozy, guys. Okay, I'd like to apologize to everyone that was expecting me to give a COVID update on Monday. I must have gotten 150 messages or so asking, where was the COVID update? Well, it's here, guys. Today it's on a Tuesday, and that means it's one extra day of shit to cover, so let's get to it. Let's start with an alarming number of U.S. healthcare workers are refusing to take the vaccine. I like to call those people hero jerks. Because they're definitely heroes, right? But they're kind of jerks, too. Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, disclosed that about 60% of the nursing home workers in his state have decided not to take the vaccine, not going to do it.
60%, more than half.
Yeah, that's what he claims.
Mike DeBeer, but then he started getting a little fat. So
yeah, he got a little more mature.
Good call. Speaking of that, I'm switching to wine.
Come on over.
There
Come
you go.
on over.
I'm going to be joining Rose Pat over there.
Come join me.
I'm having a dry January, and then I'm going straight back to hard liquor. The Los Angeles Times reported an estimated 50% of frontline workers in Riverside County opted against the drug. The New York Post reported 50% of New York City EMS workers are skeptical, at least, of the vaccine. And shockingly, reports in Texas from frontline workers in multiple hospitals are coming in as not gonna do it. We talked about that one hospital in Houston where the doctor said it was for political reasons. Nurses weren't taking it.
It's interesting. They're in there. You'd think that if anybody, they would want the vaccine.
Okay, but the Houston Cats, whatever. That's like a small sect of people that are pissed that Trump didn't win the election. But why are the rest of these cats taking it? What's
not taking it?
Or
not taking it.
What's the motivation?
Not taking it
because they're scared of it.
Yeah, maybe they think it's going to have long-term effect. I don't know. But we
got a lot. Something we don't. I don't know.
They work in the healthcare field.
More than 50% of them are taking it. So yeah. Hey, Harvard, I can't say this word. Epidemiologist nailed it. Mark Lipsitch is alarmed by the refusals amongst healthcare workers and the general population, saying, "Dr. Fauci and I have completely chapped asses, folks." No, he said he did say a high percentage of vaccine refusal among not just healthcare workers but the general population could be problematic. But what does he know? He's just from Harvard. We got another guy from Harvard coming on the show tomorrow. Shout out Alien. Shout out Harvard. Next up, there's a new variant in town, and this one's even worse than the last one. This one's in South Africa, a place not known for dealing with hardships. And it's even more contagious than the variant that originated in the U.S., according to the British Health Secretary, who might be a little biased. He's like, yeah, I shit my pants, but not as bad as Steven. He's got it running down his legs over there.
Was that a apartheid joke back there?
Yeah, I
that's
was
an
trying
apartheid.
to piece that together. What was that?
That was definitely an apartheid joke.
Okay, so that's like COVID.
They have had Harvard. No, I said a place that's not used to having hardships. They have.
I don't think
They've
that's
had
what you
some-
said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
it
I said
is.
this one's in South Africa, a place not known for dealing with hardships.
Oh, not dealing with them.
Yeah, not knowing how to deal with them or whatever.
Sarcasm.
It works. Wes got it.
I got
Oxford.
Well,
science-
they're just. I mean, the pandemic and apartheid.
the big guys. No, it's not. It's not a relationship. Will, it's just bad things. They're both bad things, and this variant's worse than the one in the UK. Next up, Oxford scientist Sir John Bell says that more research is required for this new variant. He says there's a big question mark about whether the vaccines will work on the new strain, now known as 501.V2. So that's not good.
And he added, "I'm terrified because we're bad at dealing with problems."
He's like, it's just like apartheid, this new variant. He went on to say the vaccine probably won't be totally ineffective, though, so sweet. Only a few cases with this new variant so far, and they are keeping an eagle eye on it because they've done such a good job so far of bottling up the viruses and the variants.
That thing is that's everywhere already. Well, just
it's-
like we said, the other
They
variant
said
from
it's
the
more.
UK.
Yeah. Well, here we go. The other variant from the UK is now in New York City. Well,
It's almost like
as
the
of a couple
original
hours ago.
coronavirus is. It's acting like the original.
It's
Right. Oh
acting
my God, it's
like
everywhere.
the original, and they can't control it. So, like I just mentioned, the original UK variant's now in New York City, according to Cuomo. Great friend of the program and hilarious gentle giant Barstool's Large has COVID. Pretty bad, it seems like, in New York right now, and we are all wishing him a speedy recovery. I just saw
Thoughts and prayers to
Anne
Large,
said
yeah.
she was sick too, I think, on Twitter, so hopefully the whole
He was
family's
telling us he lost
okay.
his taste and smell, and they had been posting that on
And
Twitter
he
as well,
loves
so.
to eat, so that's not cool.
She loves
to go to
wine,
that
so that's not
place
good.
Uh,
Arturo's.
Yeah,
When I
it's
get
not
up there,
Oh yeah.
was the whole thing.
Well,
He's
you're gonna
gonna
have to
recover.
put a
You're gonna
hiatus
go.
on that till they recover.
You're going to go in
Negative tests.
February. Yeah. Next, 87-year-old media legend Larry King has COVID and is being treated at Los Angeles Hospital, but he has recently been removed from ICU. And you know what they say, if 7 different wives don't kill you or can't kill you, you're Larry King. That's what
Neither can COVID.
that's what you thought I was going to say, but I ended up that's what
I
you
would
thought.
love to
The
know.
switcheroo.
I would love to know who Larry King's agent is because everyone just keeps pitching Larry King like, Larry, you're not gonna. We got a great idea. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna sell a product. It's gonna be an infomercial, but it's gonna look just like your show. He's done it like 10 times.
Oh,
And
really?
it's-
I haven't
yeah,
even
oh,
seen him.
that's his shtick now.
Yeah, he's unretired like 5
His shtick
times.
is you're flipping through the channels. You're like some old is like, oh, Larry.
He's also like
Talk
survived
show Billy Mays.
He's also
reverse
survived
mortgage.
like lung cancer and like 10 other horrible things in the past 5 years. So he's hey, he's alive.
He's
Good
got
for
a
him.
good medical budget, I'm sure.
Yeah. Next, another politician has passed away from COVID as 60-year-old state senator of all of our home state of Virginia. Senator Ben Chaffin Jr. has passed away from COVID. Sad news from Virginia. And guys, does it get any better, or should we just drive into a wall, you're asking? Yes, let's slowly turn it around here, as this one is also bad but kind of funny. A fan on an air-powered Christmas costume that was supposed to cheer up patients at Kaiser Permanente Hospital in San Jose, California, was likely the cause of 44 people in the hospital getting COVID. They think the fan was spreading spit and sweat droplets from someone with COVID on everyone. Which is funny. Oh, wait, it says here someone died of the 44, so only 43 are alive. Never mind, not funny. Would have been if it wasn't for that one person that ruined it.
So a fan just distributed the virus.
Yeah, someone with COVID was just like spitting on everyone.
It's like a giant
I would-
black Pete.
Yeah,
I would try to get out of having a PPO, HMO if you can, guys.
there you go. Good advice. Okay, folks, for real, we are really rounding a corner now. Wink. Americans are fleeing the lockdown-conscious U.S. and heading to party it up Mexico and staying there. Apparently, people are fleeing in droves, and they are staying there for months, as you can stay for up to 6 months without a visa. And let's face it, probably longer because it's Mexico. It's cool, amigo. So your neighbor might be drinking margaritas in Mexico, Cancun. That's a picture of Cancun right there, and probably is if it's the mayor of Austin. Am I right? Oh, by the way, Mexico is now seeing a surge in COVID cases. We're just going over there like a blanket to the Native Americans, just getting them all sick. So that's nice.
Because they're allowing people to travel, I guess. Like Mayor Adler from Austin.
Mexico's just like, come on in. But
yeah, like Mayor Adler, come on, spend your money. Oh, whoops, you brought your COVID.
Yeah. So did you get my blanket joke to the Native Americans? That one's a little more on brand than the apart. It's more like the apartheid one was a little
solid.
Bit.
Going back to the costume though, so that thing was like it was a blow up Santa.
Yeah, I didn't see the picture of it, but it had an air-powered fan in it. And I guess, usually when you wear a costume, you get sweaty. So the guy or girl was sweaty, and this fan was just taking perspiration and shooting it into the...
Yeah, it was a COVID spreading machine.
Yes.
So they were wearing like a sumo wrestling, like when you go like a...
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a big thing at the start of COVID. Remember, like the inflatable dinosaur costumes? They were saying, like, "Oh, I can finally go like hug an old person at a nursing home because I'm wearing one of these inflatable dinosaur costumes." It was like their work
Bubble Boy style.
It was like a Santa costume with a sack of presents, and instead of presents, it was just shooting COVID at people.
You don't want to fart in one of those now that we know.
And lastly, definitely not. It'll get to everyone's mouth and nose. And lastly, let me just slip in a few things I missed. Over 500,000 U.S. prisoners have COVID as it's been floating around like an invisible shank. Britain's about to lock down again. Germany extended its very strict lockdown. Lots of places in Europe and around the world are locking down. But don't worry, I'm sure Czech's notes, Joe Biden won't lock down the United States.
He never said he would.
No, we're locked down. We're gonna get so locked down. And lastly, Yale's sociology professor and physician, Dr. Nicholas Christakis, says that as soon as this pandemic is over, there is going to be a wave of hedonism. Can we get a picture of the good doctor up, Bubba? Yeah, that's just a picture of Captain Obvious because of course, because no fucking shit. He said that while now you see increases in religiosity, people becoming more abstentious, or I think abstaining from sex, and less spending of money, more saving of money, with tons of risk aversion. He said that the opposite will happen when this stupid pandemic is in the rear view, and we will have orgies and parties in mass like have not been seen since the Roaring '20s.
Oh no, but that means that Nostradamus was right about this year. He's saying that people are going to get super religious, and also Nostradamus called that there's going to be like the neural net and the haptic stuff that you wear. Oh, it's happening.
Yeah, he's on fire. Also, 2 people that were reported dead today: the ex-Miss Virginia and Midge from that '70s show. They were reported dead, and they're
kidding me?
Actually alive. So like
not
zombies.
dead.
All right, yeah, not dead.
Nostradamus is oh no.
That was the best headline of the day. That Connie, what's
Midge?
her name, was not dead.
I love Midge. So take that, God. Hedonism coming. He thinks it's in 2024. That's a long time from now. Woo. Okay. Well, if that COVID update.
Hold up. Let me end it on a truly good note, though.
Okay.
The Barstool Fund is over $18 million. So helping small businesses who have been affected by COVID.
Yes, we're going to need to continue to do that because, we're probably going to get locked down. Okay. So if that COVID update stressed you out like it does me when I do it every week, don't fret. I've got just the solution. Caliper CBD. And I know you're probably listening to this in the morning, but it's pretty late right now, and I'm going to take a nice little sleep once I pop one of these bad boys in my last water of the night. I'm not even going to taste it. It's tasteless and a much better way to consume CBD than using a tincture. It's precisely 20 milligrams in each packet of Caliper CBD. Never question how much CBD you're taking. Your body's mostly water, right? Oil and water don't mix, peeps. So, CBD oil is no different. It's oil. Get this powder. It's clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD with Caliper CBD powder compared to tinctures, which is just an absurd percentage.
Why would you even? I mean, at this point, it's a billion times more absorbent, and it tastes a billion times better. There's really no.
I mean, why do you even have to say 450%? You might as well say 1,000,000%, because that's just an absurd percentage more. And Caliper gives you all the benefits of CBD in just 15 minutes, which is like half the time of the oils. So you know what I did? I still have some, as I showed you, but I have like 5 left. So yesterday,
You got to re-up. Use the promo
I
code.
re-upped, guys, and I re-upped on the completely THC-free CBD, and you can get 20% off your first order when you use promo code FACTOR at trycaliper.com/factor. You can try Caliper CBD risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's probably never happened. That's trycaliper, CALIPER.com/factor. Don't forget the promo code FACTOR when you're checking out for 20% off your first order.
Packs a punch of chill.
Yeah.
Guys, we got a major what the hell China today. China's all over the place, all over your news. First up.
When are they not these days? I mean,
No, they're everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
They are everywhere. All the little countries in the EU that aren't Germany are mad that Germany pushed through an investment agreement with China in the last days of Angela Merkel's term. The complainer countries are Poland, Belgium, and Spain. So either countries that get invaded or abstain from war. And they're talking shit against Merkel because of the timing of the deal. And they're saying it was tone deaf because the slave labor shit kicking over with the Uyghurs right now.
Yeah,
Say,
it's a hot button.
say, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? The deal
Belgium
guy,
seems like a bunch of complainers, though.
yeah.
They're the French fries. It's not called Belgium fries.
Maybe they learned from their past with what, Mark?
In Belgium.
The Boers, apartheid.
Oh,
Though they were Dutch and English, but yeah, I mean, like that was from
of
African
course,
colonization.
apartheid.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on apartheid on apartheid for the rest of the show, guys.
They were more in the Congo, but basically, same thing.
Look,
Got it,
anyway,
got
they're
it.
talking shit against Merkel because they're saying it was tone deaf because the slave labor shit going on with the Uyghurs. The deal, by the way, guys, allows investors to acquire businesses in each other's respective father and motherlands, which I'm sure will end up working out swimmingly. Yes, let China in more places. Next up, guys, China is missing a billionaire. Uh-oh. They got enough of them that they can spare one, but this guy is a serious player, and no one knows where the fuck he is. The guy behind Alibaba, Jack Ma, has been missing for over 2 months. He's been canceling appearances, probably via email. And this is after he said some shit that pissed off Chinese regulators back on October 24th. The 56-year-old gave a speech in Shanghai at the Bund Summit, sounds exciting, and criticized China's regulators for stifling innovation. He said that Chinese bankers suffered from a, quote, pawn shop mentality. And I have no idea what that means in China, but over here it means you're white trash and you're overpaying for electronics, and it's not cool. It's not cool. So I couldn't even imagine how they took it over there. Guys,
they kidnapped him.
oh, probably,
Yeah.
maybe. We don't
It's
fucking know.
goodbye speech.
On November 2nd, Ma was summoned. This is like,
Maybe he was saying they take too much like of a percent. Pawn shop, you're like they're
he was
cutting
saying a
into
bunch
his-
of shit, but he was pretty reserved, honestly, and he was like self-deprecating in the speech. He's like, "But I'm an old retired guy." He's not, he's not at
He's like-
Alibaba any longer.
He's like, I can say what I want because I'm the founder of Alibaba. So
Right? No, not in
think.
China. You can't, guys, because on November 2nd, Ma was summoned by Chinese authorities for questioning, and the next day he was doing a $37 billion IPO with Alibaba's fintech arm, Ant Financial, and that was squashed. Probably a lot like Jack Ma's testicles in the Uyghur camp, where he's sewing the Jumpman onto high tops right now.
Whoa.
Oh no!
That guy has not been seen since he was summoned by authorities.
Squash like his testicles.
I guess he like founded some sort of America's Got Talent in a different country, somewhere in Africa, and he was supposed to be like hosting it. And he
I heard about that.
he didn't show up.
Yeah, he's not appearing on his TV appearances. He is gone.
He's gone, guys. And finally, guys, China has announced that they will open their gigantic FAST, it's F-A-S-T, satellite to foreign scientists later this year, in part to search for aliens. This is pretty cool. The radio telescope is massive. It's the biggest of its kind by far, and it's the only one of its kind. It's like a third of a mile wide. And according to the Chinese, the telescope is so large that it can hold enough water to fill a bottle for every human being 4 times over. And if you adjust for the water allotment to include the Uyghurs, everyone gets 5 bottles. So
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
like, they don't give them water.
Yeah.
We'll take
What
the
is-
Uyghurs share.
What are the
Yeah.
chances that Jack Ma's just running right now?
Not
could
not
be,
not
right?
possible. So I didn't get into it, but there were like 4 or 5 other billionaires over the last couple of years that have disappeared for a long period of time and then reappeared in jail for like decades.
That's a good reason to run.
Not only billionaires, but the most famous actress of like all time. Like they
Right.
don't care.
The
who
one
They
we
you
kidnapped
are.
covered
Scarlett
a year ago,
Johansson.
right,
Yes,
yeah.
they kidnapped Scarlett Johansson and now Bill Gates. Like they don't fucking care. Or like Bezos.
But what if he did get away? I like Wes's like fantasy about like what if he's just hiding out on a desert island
No, he
somewhere.
would be. Dude, the other Chinese billionaire was like fucking. He's on the run. The one that's on the run. They know where he is. The one that.
Well,
Steve
I mean,
Bannon
hey,
was taking
but at least you're not in jail. Also, China announced that they expect Biden to bring normalcy back to their relationship.
Saw that.
So that's great. So Biden's gotta love that.
That's,
with
that's partly because they delisted.
he's like,
3
no,
of the biggest.
no, Xi, shut up. I don't want to be in the same room as you, dude.
We have your bank accounts ready, sir.
Trump put forward as part of his anti-China plan. He
Yeah,
3
he
tech
killed
stocks.
3 companies off the stock exchange. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. Anyway, that's that, guys.
Nice. The hell, China? Am I up?
China. All right. Well, let's bring it back over to the states, the United States of America, where it is election day, finally, in Georgia. We got Republican incumbent David Perdue. It's the Senate runoff in Georgia versus John Ossoff, the challenger, and then Republican special Senate incumbent Kelly Loeffler versus Raphael Warnock, the challenger. In both cases, the Republicans are holding the seat. The Democrats are challenging. But since West gave the rundown yesterday, polls are still in a dead heat for the most part, but some polls are suggesting that the Dems are getting a late bonus from that phone call being released, the one between the Secretary of State and Trump that we went over yesterday. All the candidates, all 4, have been accused of being a phony politician in some way or another.
No.
So it's anybody's ball game, pretty much. So you wouldn't believe it. All 4 phony politicians, apparently.
Are you saying it's going to be close and they're all dicks?
Yeah, you'd never guess how that would play out in an American election. But here's how it's going to play out in real time. So let's talk about the logistics. This is important for today, January 5th, the runoff day. So Georgia polls close at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, and that is when ballot counting can begin. There's at least 2 million mail-in ballots that need to be counted. So I don't know if they're going to get it done night 1, which will be really funny.
Georgia was so quick last time.
Right? Yeah. They were so quick. And then with the recounts, it was so fast. But it'll be funny because if they go into the next day, they could be potentially counting ballots during the January 6th Trump rally against the Georgia ballot counters, basically. So, like,
Oh, I would quit. I would quit that job.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
so the drama's going to be thick for the next couple of days. I mean, maybe we'll get the call like quick, but it seems like they're going to be so close, probably going to come down to the wire. Got to count, verify, count, all that stuff. So, wild start to 2021 to decide the Senate for the next 2 years. Predictions, Bubba, can you pop in, please, so we can get boots on the ground, Atlanta vibes, what's going on, and also predictions around the board here.
Yeah, so like my update, I think it was either last week or the week before that, it seemed like the Democrats were way outspending the Republicans, but it seems like now Kelly Loeffler has made a push. Seems like she's made a lot more spending. There's a lot more commercials coming out. I think I mentioned to you guys before the show that the new slogan is "Win Georgia, Save America."
Ooh.
So she has a commercial that's like it's very robotic, where she just says, "We can save America. We can save America," and she says it 3 times. But she seems like she's making a push. And
Think
I
that's
think
helping the road.
I don't know. She seems very scary again. And I think that
it's like Candyman or Beetlejuice. If you say it 3 times, America's safe.
exactly.
She's haunting you into voting for her.
Yeah, dude, she's real scary. I think that they opened up voting or early voting December 15th or around then. So I think you mentioned there's like 2 million people that voted then.
Still some people in line who started on the 15th. Is what I
at the Hawks Arena where there's a water bursting.
Oh yeah, you're right, Bubba. That was 2 million early votes. I don't know the number of mail-in ballots.
So there's 10 million people in Georgia. So I think at this point, I think they're reporting close to like 30% people voting. I could be wrong. I thought I saw that. But, you know, Georgia showed out last election day where a ton of people voted, and it'll probably happen again. And we'll really see. I really have no prediction. I kind of lost feel last week.
Come on.
I really did. I told you guys where I think that Kelly Loeffler may pull it out. I think Purdue's got it in the bag. I mean, he's a career politician. Georgia loves a career politician. I think he's got it. Ossoff's really pulled out when it comes to commercials and whatnot. But I think Kelly she's made a push. It's going to be a really interesting race between the two of them.
So you're going against the polls.
Why they say Ossoff? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, they're saying Ossoff has gained the most. What I like
I
the
could
best,
be wrong.
What I like the best, and go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 to get your first $20 matched if you want to bet on this. What I like the best was I got in at 55 cents on red to just win the Senate. So one of the two seats. That was what I liked.
That's pretty
the
good
most.
statistical. That was back, but that was a long time
No, that was
ago.
just today. That was that.
Oh, really?
That was right now. Yep, the blue is surging, so
The math
everything's a
doesn't
coin
add up
flip.
on that. Like, you have to do,
Everything is a
0.6
coin flip.
times-
Those markets all over the place.
Yeah, so everything's a coin flip right now. It's a good time to get in. Remember, predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 if you want to get in. And guys, what are we doing for the election? Since it might not be called tonight, are we covering it on the pod? Are we gonna get together a live stream? What's happening?
Why don't we put out a poll and see if anyone wants us to do a live stream for this?
Yeah. I don't want to sound like a dick, but I'm not sitting there for 4 hours watching the Georgia Senate.
Right. The mail-ins really mix things up. Let's see how many mail-ins there are, and we'll get back on that one. Put a pin in it.
Maybe we'll put out a poll on Twitter and see if anyone's going to watch us talk about the Georgia Senate stuff.
I'm about to create 8,000 burners.
Just vote no, so you don't have to do it.
You're going to get caught. You're going to get caught.
All right, let's move on, guys. Our fabulous intern Patricia has requested we talk about President Trump's pardon party. So here we go. First, let's know the difference between a pardon and a commutation. A commutation basically lessens a sentence, but still leaves that conviction on that person's record. A pardon is basically a full acquittal, so get out of jail with a squeaky clean record card. Both fall under clemency.
They hand you a gun. And you're out of jail. The other one is you can't get a gun again.
Exactly.
And a voter registration form.
Yeah, a gun and a voter registration form.
Welcome back. Both fall under clemency, that the power that the president has. But since losing the election to Joe Biden, Trump has been on a bit of a spree. Still won't catch Obama numbers. 1,715 people commuted during his 2 terms in office. But that's neither here nor there. Obama pardoned a lot of people, I believe, that were in jail for petty weed bullshit. So good on him. The people that Trump is pardoning is why the left is spitting out their almond milk. Pre-Christmas, Trump pardoned his boys. 41 people and commuted the sentences of 8 more in just 2 days. So he was having a pardon party, like I said.
Lots of defense contractors, right, Wes?
Yeah, there all kinds of people, man.
Lobbyists.
Like, and a lot. Yeah, lobbyists. So we've got
Businessmen.
Michael Flynn, his former national security advisor. Those charges were eventually dropped, but he pardoned him, so those are off his record. Mm-hmm. Roger Stone, his boy, his informal advisor, he already commuted his 40-month sentence, but now it's a full slate, clean slate wipe for Stone. Trump called the charges against him process-based and part of the witch hunt when he did that. Mr. Ostrich Jacket himself, Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign chairman in 2016, he was sentenced to just under 4 years. Done. Charles Kushner, the father of his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who pled guilty to a number of charges back in 2003 or something, including 18 counts of assisting in the filing of false tax returns, retaliating against a federal witness, and 1 count of lying to the Federal Election Commission. He was already out of his 2-year sentence. This is just another, clean slate. That story is actually pretty juicy that involves Charles. It involves Charles, a hooker, a video camera, some blackmail.
Man,
don't fuck with Charles.
Kushner's kind of have one up on the Trumps. He's got his son's banging his hottest daughter, and he's getting pardoned. Kushner's kind of have it on the Trumps.
Yeah. Hey, he also pardoned that guy, Duncan Hunter. Shout out to my baby mama who broke that he was a war criminal. He broke that on Zero Block 30 accidentally. Remember that last year?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember Barstool was involved.
He pardoned some other. Yeah, he pardoned some other war criminals, which is getting people what?
When you admit to a war crime by accident.
on a
Yeah.
Barstool comedy podcast. But yeah,
Whoopsie.
idiot.
Mistake.
I don't remember that. Speaking of war criminals, he also pardoned 4 Blackwater security contractors. They were, ex-military veterans. These guys, they were convicted of shooting and killing 17 unarmed civilians in Baghdad. Nicholas Slatton, Paul Slow, Evan Liberty, and Dustin Hurd. Some were
There's a
serving
collection of foreheads right there.
Yeah, you don't want to walk into that bar with those people.
No. Some were serving life sentences for these the killing of these civilians. I guess the reason that he commuted, part of the reason was that prosecutors said that the lead Iraqi investigator, who the prosecutors were relying heavily on for evidence, and that there were no insurgent victims in that slaughter, he may have had ties to the insurgent groups himself. So it kind of made his
They're claiming
testimony
they were,
foggy.
jobbed or whatever.
What's that?
They're claiming
Yeah.
they were basically inflated. The charges were inflated.
Yeah, exactly. Or that they were. He just didn't present the right evidence. Many, like Will, are calling for the pardon of Edward Snowden, and this woman and former lover of Julian Assange is calling for his pardon. Bubba, if you want to pop the picture up.
Yeah.
That's Pam Anderson in her prime.
Might want to listen to that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why Assange isn't being pardoned twice, but I'm not the president. So conspiracies about Trump pardoning himself, the rest of his family are abound. I mean, I think he's probably going to pardon himself, and I would too if I, just in case.
Has Snowden's clock run out? Can we get a Snowden here, or are we done on that?
I don't think it's run out until he's out of office.
Come on, man.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's the only one I wanted.
What he should get. So a lot of people are saying pardons should go away, which I'm not going to touch right now. I have to think about it a little more. But it does seem like pardons probably. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the
funny
pardons.
power.
It's
It's a
a funny
funny
power.
power.
But
a fun
he
one.
should get some. He should get some sort of like wand or like a gong. Like he should have a prop when he's pardoning people.
Well, we thought he was going to have the veto gong, remember? Earlier.
Exactly.
But he, Maybe Biden will do that. Probably
He
not.
used it recently, the veto gong.
That's true, but he got overridden. They smashed his veto gong into pieces. All right, let's take it back to space. Not putting on the helmet today because it's about a guy who probably won't be wearing his helmet much either because he's going to be on camera, and that's Tom Cruise. So last May, NASA announced that it would work with SpaceX to put Tom Cruise in the International Space Station. It's definitely happening now with details. So,
Oh my God.
the company arranging the travel is called Axiom, and they're out of Houston. And they arrange space travel for civilians, and they have a long-term plan to build a low-orbit space base where people can travel up for vacation. That's in the long term, but they're just lining up this NASA Tom Cruise thing.
There's 100% chance Tom Cruise dies in space. 100% chance.
That's what he wants, I think.
Yeah, he's going to demand to do his own stunts, and they're going to be like, "You're not an astronaut." He's like, "No, I got this," and he's just going to float away forever.
He's going to be into it.
Yeah.
He's going to be into it. Axiom signed a deal with SpaceX to launch a crew of 4 passengers aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon. That's their main spaceship. Among the 4 passengers are, of course, Tom Cruise, film producer Doug Liman, Israeli fighter pilot
and
Eitan.
director of Swingers.
Oh,
Doug
really?
Liman.
Director of Swingers. Nice. Good. Excellent film. Israeli fighter pilot Eitan Stibe and NASA astronaut Michael Lopez Alegria, Lopez Alegria is going to be the mission commander during the mission called AX-1. It's a 10-day voyage where they're just going to look at beautiful views of Earth mostly. So that's pretty cool, happening in October.
Do they make kid-sized spacesuits, or is he going to be not able to see because it's just his forehead's like?
Oh, it's
you
going to
can
be
only see his
custom
hairline.
fit. It's going to be custom fit.
No, actually, I remember reading about this. That's a big issue. Is that there's no it's a
They don't have tiny
one-size-fits-all
people. Yeah,
No,
he's too short.
Yeah, it was that I think it was that astronaut that did Joe Rogan. He was talking about that, how he's a little guy, and they make it like it's a
It's like Darth. It's like Darth helmet where he can't see because the helmet's too
Right.
big and
It's
his,
made for
his
an
eye-
average-sized
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's man-sized.
Well, this flight is $55 million a seat, so I'm pretty sure he's going to have tailor-fitted everything. But I was sad to see that Tom Cruise wasn't going to be piloting the craft himself because, after that picture that it came with the article, you could understand. I thought it was going to be like Days of Thunder in space, but it really is just Tom Cruise riding along to look at pictures of
Oh,
Earth.
he will be flying at home. Will, don't worry.
I hope
connection to
so.
the show. Doug Lyman produced Cry Wolf, directed by Jeff Wadlow, produced by Bo Bowman.
Oh, that's right.
There you go. Some Virginia
Of
boy.
Charlottesville, Virginia connections.
What's it? Strike Back? What's the movie Wadlow did? And Point Break 2?
Never back down.
Never back down. Yeah, never back down.
Would you guys pay $35K to do the low orbit space base?
I don't
vacation?
know. I don't have 35K, man.
Well, I'm saying like if you were like a millionaire,
Yes.
would you prioritize money to go to that $35K to go to the
Yes,
space?
but like again, not round 1, 2, 3, or 4. But yes.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
All right, guys, we have a giant vagina alert on our hands. Location, Pernambuco, Brazil. Hillside in a park, 108.27 feet. The piece of absolute art was made by a man the locals refer to simply as Comtezo Bob, which in Portuguese means horny Bob. Just kidding. It was made by Juliana Natari, and its title is Diva. Get a load of this thing. Bubba, you got the photo?
Wes, when did you go to Brazil?
I teleported there over the break. Took a little selfie with the giant vagina. But yeah, get a load of that thing, huh? That is just
stunning.
a big giant vagina on a hill.
Quite red. It's like a flagrant red color.
Right.
It's inflared.
You can fall into it. You can just fall right into it.
You rub it right, it becomes a swimming pool.
Does she fill it up? Right. Yeah.
That would be
right?
awesome.
God
Hey,
does.
For those of you guys listening on our podcast, what Wes is talking about is a gigantic vagina piece of art that was made in Brazil. Wes,
Yeah.
can you
What are the
describe it?
dimensions on that? Yeah.
So I thought he did a pretty good job of describing it. I'm not sure what was missed.
There it is.
Looks like it's about 50 meters long, maybe
It's
30
made of-
meters wide.
It's made of concrete, right? It's like
It looks like a giant
statue.
Yeah, it's made of concrete. It looks like a giant paint-filled balloon created a crater and then spilled all over the earth.
But it's concrete. What it looks like is a
looks like a
seashell,
vagina.
Yeah, it looks like a
seashell
vagina.
laying on its back. It's like a horizontal piece of art, but
Yes.
it's a vagina, of course.
Yes, exactly. So the
Looks like
artist,
George O'Keeffe made a statue.
it's huge. Juliana Natari, again, it's titled Diva, and she said that her work is meant to flood the town with immature men and also to, quote, question the relationship between nature and culture in our anthropocentric, which means regarding humankind as the central and most important element of existence, especially as opposed to God or animals, and phallocentric, focused on or concerned with the cock as a symbol of male dominance, Western society, and
So
provoke
important, those things.
yeah,
Yeah.
very important. And
Public land or
it was some like sugar mill, old sugar mill that turned into a park,
She
I
just
believe.
commandeered a sugar mill and put a giant vagina on it.
Yeah, I mean they gave it to her.
I love it.
Yeah. So again, it's,
Actually, sugar mill, that's a perfect location. You got to think about it.
yeah. Also, debate over problematization of gender, which I didn't look up because it sounded annoying. She also said she spent 11 months constructing the giant vagina to protest the intolerant environment that Jair Bolsonaro's reign is producing in Brazilian culture. And Bolsonaro supporters are not happy about the giant vagina and symbol of progressiveness and female
Really?
power. No,
Why not?
because they don't like women to be
Yeah,
powerful. I
Stop.
guess.
You just stop.
like
Yeah, you
a
can just stop
smaller
there.
vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like women.
Vagina makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like she's doing the Big Lebowski test on the entire country. The Maud from the Big Lebowski when she's asking him if the word vagina makes him uncomfortable.
I don't understand how she doesn't have a hymen.
But anyway, the concrete vagina still remains. You can visit it if you want. Hopefully it stays there forever. Also, let me leave you with this. The world's biggest vagina belonged to Anna Swan, 1846 to 1888, and its circumference measured 19 inches. That's a little less than the circumference of a rugby ball. I think that was the size of the head, a size of a baby head that came out of
Where
her
did
vagina.
you Google? Where did you find that stat from?
Oh, you can find the largest
We've all
penis.
seen that
same-
video with the German guy online.
yeah, but that was from
Yeah,
like
with
19. That was from like 1992, not 1846.
Listen, this woman pushed out a baby weighing 23 pounds, 12 ounces out of that thing. Yeah. World's biggest vagina. You should see the biggest penis. It was quite something. Anyway.
Googling now.
Anyway. Yeah. It's like some Pakistani guy, I think. Anyway, that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Again, like we mentioned at the top of the show, we're going to be launching some cool stuff on Wednesday, including the website, and merch is officially going to be released to you guys. Also, we're going to announce some other benefits coming out to the Hardo Hive community. We'll announce those a little later in the week, but those are definitely still coming this week as well. So stay tuned.
Jonah Falcon. What kind of name is that to have the biggest penis in the
Falcon.
world?
He's on Howard Stern a bunch.
The Falconeer.
He's on
Come
Stern a
on.
bunch. Yeah.
Gotta be fake, right?
They named him after he came
That's
out.
that's a
for
stage
sure.
name.
No,
That's
it's
a stage
real.
name.
Well, yeah, no, he's real. He's been on Howard Stern a bunch of times.
His name is Hugh Jumungus.
We were gonna call him Brian, but then
First name Hugh, last name. Good thing his name is.
call him Jonah Falcon.
Here comes the Falcon.
After seeing that thing.
Get
all
your
right.
glove.
You guys got any more?
No,
All
no.
right, cool. All right, well, that's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Have a great fucking day.